I chose to join the Ideas Collective this summer because um, I feel like I always have um, different, like various ideas that I want to act on, or in this case, there was one that kind of kept recurring, and the reason why I kind of was so slow on acting on the idea was because I was worried about not having framework and not having the community structure or any structure to kind of help you to kind of, when you're having those moments of like self-doubt with your idea, or when you're just like, here, these are two different ways I could go about this, instead of just asking yourself or like someone who's maybe not in the kind of social justice field. It's great to just have experts to ask, and also to have a community of people who are all going through the same process and the same ups and downs with their project at the same time. So I think it's been it's been really good to know that you have that support to kind of fall back on in those kind of insecure moments with your project. The project is looking at the exploitation and abusive power dynamics within creative industries, specifically the music industry, because that's my background, but I'm looking to bring together a community of people who've been through those negative and scary experiences, to kind of reignite their love for their art or their work, whatever creative community or field they might be in. Because sometimes, most of the time, when you've had those experiences, it really kind of changes how you look at your art, which is unfair, you know. So to kind of give people a space to take that back and reclaim that. But also I'd love to kind of I'd love to focus also on the kind of educational aspect of making people aware of these dynamics within creative industries, why they're really common, like why that kind of power over dynamic exists, and how we can dismantle it slowly but surely. I'm focusing on this particular issue because it's very personal to me. It's something that I've been through, and it's also something that has happened to a lot of my friends. And it's kind of with topics like or experiences where there's exploitation involved, where you're young or emerging in your kind of creative field, there can be a lot of risk involved with finding someone to talk to or where to go when kind of you might be on the receiving end of exploitation or kind of abusive power dynamics. So yeah, I think I want there to be a more structured kind of, like, at the moment there's this kind of whisper society where everyone's kind of scared to talk about these things for good reason. Like, you know, they're thinking about their safety and their friend's safety, and that's absolutely necessary. But yeah, I would like to that's kind of why I chose this to work on. I don't even feel like I chose it. As cheesy as that sounds, it's like it's in my life so much, and it's affecting so many people that I love or that I respect. So it's just like about time that someone heard that we all kind of looked at it. I'm at this stage of the program, I'm feeling really excited for the next few sessions, because so far they've been really like thought-provoking and also reassuring, and how they've been everything that I hoped they would be, and also there's been aspects where that I didn't expect, like feel really inspired by everyone else's projects, and kind of at the moment, at this kind of stage in the program, I'm seeing how everyone's projects are really linked, and how like we could be like a community within ourselves of people who are trying to bring about these communities and kind of bring about these changes. Um, so I'm just really excited for the next steps and to be able to kind of um yeah, to like be able to bookmark the progression of the project and of everyone's project. Um and yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next one and to hear what the other participants have to say on the different kind of topics that we touch on. That's what I'm learning most from, which means that like the facilitation's been really good. Because if if you're just focusing on like what the teacher says, I don't think you're doing all the learning that you could potentially be doing. I think my biggest challenge with this project will be consistency because I'm not consistent. But I think that's from having a lack of structure in the past. So far in the last few weeks, I feel I've been quite consistent. So hopefully with this kind of framework and this community in the Ideas Collective, there I can it'll kind of mean that the foundation of the project will have been really kind of taken care of and really kind of cared for. I also think I'm going to struggle with how personally connected I am to the project. Um, I'm definitely already feeling some of the effects of that. So I'm trying to really like observe where I'm at in terms of like my energy levels, or if I just kind of need to like take a few hours to tap out one day. Because when it's something that when you're working on something that you're so excited about and that you're so passionate about changing, you want to do it all the time. But like if you do it all the time, you'll burn out. So I think that's gonna be a big